What's up, guys? This is Tom Westerholm, Boston Celtics reporter from MassLive.com. With the preseason right around the corner, let's take a look at some of the most pressing questions surrounding the team. So the summer started off pretty insane. The Celtics won the NBA draft lottery. Even as the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference, they had the #1 pick, courtesy of the Brooklyn Nets. Obviously that trade looked awful even when it happened. Now it looks even worse, and then it kind of culminated on the draft lottery when the Celtics got the #1 pick. And it was kind of assumed that they were going to go with Washington point guard Markelle Fultz, who was kind of the consensus #1 pick in this year's draft. Plot twist, the Celtics dealt the #1 pick to the Philadelphia 76ers for the #3 pick, figuring that they could get who they wanted to get in the draft at #3 instead of #1, which basically meant that they weren't as high on Markelle Fultz as everybody else was. He was always going to be the guy who went #1, and the Celtics clearly were looking at somebody else, which added a whole lot of intrigue, especially on draft night, as it kind of came down to who were the Celtics going to draft. The Celtics were rumored to be interested in Jayson Tatum, the Duke power forward / small forward, who was really talented, really impressive scorer, especially in isolation situations. He shot well from 3 as the season went on, but there were other rumors as well. They were supposedly interested in Josh Jackson. There were kind of whispers about Dennis Smith, who ended up going to the Dallas Mavericks, but it did come down to Tatum. He is probably the most polished player in the draft. He will probably be able to contribute to a winning team from day one, and that had to make some kind of an impact on the Celtics, who were looking to win right away. Jackson, it turned out, didn't really want to come to the Celtics. He supposedly skipped a workout or canceled a workout on the Celtics shortly before he arrived at one. So they were never going to take him, and it turned out that the versatile Tatum, who can score in a lot of different ways, and the Celtics are hoping he can defend, turned out he was the pick. After all that insanity, the Celtics had to enter free agency, where they were targeting Gordon-Hayward, along with a couple of other smaller guys, but Hayward was the big target, the big prize, and they got him after a very insane day where Hayward, news leaked that Hayward was headed to the Celtics. Hayward and his camp denied it vehemently, and then Hayward published a Players Tribune article in which he did actually commit to coming to the Celtics. That was probably going to be the biggest moment of the Celtics summer. They got an all-star, they did it using only cap space, they didn't have to give up any of their assets, and it looked like they were all ready to enter the season with Isaiah Thomas and Gordon Hayward as their top 2 players. But then, Kyrie Irving threw the entire Eastern Conference out of whack and requested a trade from the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was kind of assumed at first that, well, the Celtics don't really need a point guard, they have Isaiah Thomas. By trading the #1 pick, they were committed to him and they were ready to pay him. But no, the Celtics were ready to trade Isaiah Thomas for Kyrie Irving, along with Jay Crowder and Ante Zizic and the 2018 Brooklyn Nets first pick, which could be one of the best picks in the NBA draft. That wrapped up a crazy summer for the Celtics, who picked up a few pieces, a few odds and ends along the way, but the bulk of it was Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward, Jayson Tatum, and a really talented team with a lot of young pieces and a whole lot of potential moving forward. Be sure to check out MassLive.com/Celtics for all the latest surrounding the team.